Howdy, folks. Hey, the heat is not running. Hey, wow. Hey, look, I get to start to cook. Hey, that's cool. So I already told you who I am. We're here with another Wayhomer review. Playing a little catch up since we couldn't do it Friday for various and sundry reasons, but we're back. And we are here to discuss the Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus. And there's nobody in front of me, so I'm actually going to go forward. Look at that. Okay, so let's see. What can we say about this film? There's a lot we could say about this film, but we try to keep these short. Most people know, so I'll give the dime version. This is sadly Heath Ledger's final film. Sadly for a number of reasons. Partly because we never like to lose anybody, but because he was a really brilliant actor, and not just for the Joker in Dark Knight, which was unbelievable, but he was just really good in general. So this was his film after Dark Knight, and he died halfway through filming, pretty much halfway. They had shot all of the exterior scenes with him, and were like, what do you do? And in fact, when I heard the news about his death, I normally, when somebody dies, I don't think about them because they're fine. I mean, they're done. They're beyond all pain and caring and whatever. So I never worry about them. My thought went to his family and then Terry Gilliam, because, if you've kept up with Terry Gilliam, he's, his films tend to have a bit of drama associated with them. Don Quixote completely fell apart. Brazil is the most obvious example of Gilliam drama. But, I mean, to have one of your lead actors pass away in the middle of it was terrible. So they were screwed, basically. Everybody was like, what is he going to do now? Because I don't think first of all, they didn't want to reshoot stuff. They didn't want to recast and reshoot because it's Heath's final performance, and he was good, and they knew he was good, and they felt that they wanted to keep that intact. And I don't think they probably would have had the money to reshoot anyway. So they were kind of like doubly screwed. But Gilliam, because he is Gilliam, went in and came up with a novel way of recasting, but not. And it actually works. And I won't say too much about it because it becomes clear over the course of the film, and I don't want to give anything away, but let's go to the synopsis. So the synopsis is, you have Dr. Parnassus, who's played by Christopher Plummer, who is fantastic because he's Christopher Plummer. And he is 1,000 years old and has been making these series of wagers with the devil, who is played by Tom Waits, because really, honestly, who else can play the devil? He was fantastic, by the way. It was the role he was born to play. So over time, he has made these wagers and such, and now he is faced with the fact that part of one of his deals was that he, something was going to happen to his family, let's say, and so now he has to take steps before he, has that bad thing happen. Let's put it that way. It's kind of obvious in the trailer what's going to happen, but I hate to give stuff away because trailers these days, my God. Did you see the trailer for Leap Year? Then you saw the movie. I mean, for God's sake. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, so that's your basic synopsis. And into their lives, the lives of this troupe that go around with Dr. Parnassus, drops almost literally Heath Ledger's character, and they're trying to figure out what all of this means and how they go on from where they are. Strange synopsis, but it's Gilliam, so it's strange just on its own. But anyway, so that's the deal. Now the film itself, like I said, I think it holds up well considering what they had to do to finish it. It's literally like snorting a line of pure Gilliam. It's like you powdered his brain, which I would never want to do, so I don't want, but it's literally like you powdered his brain and snorted it. and what you would, it's very pure, like the animation, the CG sequences feel like a kind of, oh, you're going that way, okay. There's people walking in front of me. Hi, people. Hi. You're on Need Coffee Camera. So they are, what the hell was I saying? The CG was kind of like, imagine if he had done like the flying circus animation, but with, well, CG. Like three-dimensional CG. Some of it felt straight Python, especially the dancing policeman. But anyway, so the feel of it was there. It was messy, but Gilliam's films are all kind of messy in one way or the other. So that didn't really put me off. The story isn't an easy, simple story, which is actually quite refreshing. You don't have a simple narrative that goes from point A to point B to point C very easily and broadcasting everywhere that it's going, feeding you, spoon feeding you everything that's happening. So you kind of have to pay attention to what's going on. And, it's not a simple film. It's not a difficult film. I mean, it's, it's not, it won't make your head hurt, but it was pretty good. So, I mean, it's not my favorite of Gilliam's films. I don't think it's like one of the best films of the year, but I think it's a decent entry into his filmography, and I'm happy to have finally seen it. I will a couple other words. Vern Troyer is excellent. Andrew Garfield and I think Lily Cole are the names of the two young actors who play the other members of the troupe. They're quite delightful. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Oh, and I will say this though. The Jude Law and Colin Farrell and Johnny Depp do a fantastic job of playing and not playing Heath Ledger. Especially Colin Farrell at the end, kind of aping Heath's mannerisms and the way he was doing his accent. Not that Colin Farrell is known for losing his regular accent, but he kind of did it in this case. So the one last thing that I want to say about this, and this is what I hope would be a message to Mr. Gilliam, is that really what he needs to do, what all of us need to do, we fans, is he needs to come up with some kind of way for us to just, like, all of us, because there's a lot of us, donate $5, $10 into a fund where he can make his next film free of all of the constraints of financiers and banks and studios that really just don't. They think they want a Gilliam film, and then they start working with Gilliam and they realize, oh, we really, we don't know what we've gotten ourselves into and we need to do something else. We want your film to be something else. I mean, you can see what happens when it's half of a Gilliam film, like with Brothers Grimm. I really do think he just needs to get independent financing from his films. And I don't know about you, but if you're watching this, if you're interested in Parnassus, chances are you're interested in Gilliam, and chances are that a Gilliam film is really kind of something special. And you would support it in a heartbeat if you were given the chance. That's what I think. So I hope that that message gets through somehow to him, so that he can stop, stick with doing what he does best, which is making films, and not having to deal with all the rigmarole that goes with it. Because I know that's a pain in the ass. So anyway, yeah, I think that's about all I have to say on the subject of Parnassus. I would say if you want to go catch it on the big screen, I think it might be worth big screen treatment. The effects and CG and stuff are wonderful. A little Roger Rabbit-ish at times, if you know what I mean. But that's to be expected because it is kind of cartoony. It is pure Gilliam after all, as I've said. But catch a matinee so you can save a few bucks. Yeah, I think that's it. So until next time, I will try not to hit any more pedestrians. I didn't hit any pedestrians. You didn't see me hitting pedestrians. That other take, we erased that. And until next time, I shall simply say, be good. Oh, and thanks for watching on needcoffee.com, and please come see us for other stuff. And we'll be doing more of these soon. Bye now.